Hey out there, everybody. It's Chris. It's the Mad Respect. Sorry I wasn't on last week. All the comics going through Discount Comic Book Service were delayed by a week due to overall comic delays from Diamond and even Random House, whoever. Uh, that might be going on all over the country. I'm not sure, but it's definitely happening with Discount Comic Book Service. So I didn't receive a package last week, but I did receive. The second of three packages from Billion Economics and Comics. And then today, after being held for a week, after giving a tracking notice, this is the comics from the first week of October showed up from Discount Comic Book Service. So we'll be opening those up here in a minute. I like to start with some of my favorite reads out of my last box that I got. I really enjoyed Amazing Fantasy 1000 special. It's by various artists. It has a really cool story in the back, starring Neil Gaiman, written by Neil Gaiman, but starring him as well. Uh, and it's kind of I guess you can equate it to like a Animal Man number 26, where in that story Animal Man met Grant Morrison, but in this story it's more that Neil Gaiman meets Spider-Man in here. So it was a pretty interesting story, but there's about seven stories in here, and I'm pretty sure I enjoyed at least five of them very much, and all of them, to an extent, were really good. This next one is Pentagram of Horror. I have the whole series here. I got four of them directly from Scout Comics, uh, and then number five came from Discount Comic Book Service last week. Uh, I really quite enjoyed this series. This series has an all red motif. This one shows a little bit of, I thought it showed a little bit of the color on each one. I think this one has some green in addition to the red. This one had blue. Well, this one must have been the green in addition to the red. You see the green wires there. So this had green. Number two had blue in addition to the red. And then the final issue, number five here, let's come back to number one. So I'm not paying attention. Where's five? Yeah, number five here was entirely wordless. Just visceral, bloody, gory artwork telling the storyline all the way through. Uh, all I can say is when this one comes out in the trade paperback form here in the near future, I recommend everyone give it a chance to read it. That's Pentagram of Horror, created, written, and drawn by Marco Fontanilli from Scout Comics. All right, and I'm still enjoying House of Slaughter. This is issue number 9 from Tinian Sam Johns with art by Werther Deladera and Letitia Candanishi. I think it's Letitia. Sorry if I'm wrong, but this is the body bag variant cover by Q. I think it's Lev Q. Must be a Russian artist, maybe. But this one was really cool. This story is taking place right now. It involves a boy named Edwin who was his family was slaughtered by a monster and was brought into the House of Slaughter, much like Erica Slaughter was. This was just shortly after they brought Erica in, I believe. And they didn't want to take him in either, but then they found out he has this talent with his memory and with drawing crime scenes and such to help him find monsters or catalog the types of monsters. And this one was really cool because uh, if I don't know if you remember the origin of Erica Slaughter's story that took place in Something to Explain the Children, but in that they introduced the idea where you send in the child with an obscure type monster into this barn on the farm, and if the child can kill the monster and survive, they join the order. So in this case, they did the same thing. They sent Edwin into the farm with an obscura type, but the twist is you find out that the monster who had killed Edwin's mother was not an obscura type; was a different type of monster. Uh, and that monster helps Edwin and kills the obscura type for him and says, I got your back. Now I'm going to jump into your totem here, which is a paintbrush, and then uh, I'm going to help you as you join the order. And in return, I'm going to eat some of your memories from time to time. This type of monster is not an obscure type like the ones that Jessica was dealing with in the first arc, but is actually a memory. It feeds on memories. So the thing is, uh, it's in the totem of the paintbrush, and he'll draw the types of monsters and the crime scenes and help out the order. And the whole time, the monster will be eating unused memories out of Edwin's head. So you discover that in this issue, and I thought that was a really neat twist. This is the second to last part of the arc, so we'll see how it ends. Uh, that's cool. There's different type of monsters out there. I know there's a different type of monster in the new arc, with the big stomach in his belly and whatnot, who can whatever. It's kind of like Predator, can look like whatever he wants. And then we have Fuck This Place #5, the end of the first arc. Uh, it's pretty cool. The girls are put to their ultimate test against not only the ghosts and the zombies, but also the gangster who we meet in issue 1, whose whole crew is killed by the car. He ended up coming back to the farm to look for his money, and got taken by the ghosts in issue 4, but he digs himself right out of the ground and says, "You can't stop me." And when they get back to the farm, after being lost for a while, he's in there and they have a big final battle with him and prevail. And then there's a couple of background stories. And the best part about this issue is it does say early next year, arc #2 for Fuck This Place. I'm really excited about that. I was hoping this wasn't going to be a 5 issue one and done like Slumber and Shadecraft. Slumber and Shadecraft, those are both really good series that I hoped would become ongoings, but did not. But thankfully, Fuck This Place will continue in 2023. And the last one I really enjoyed last week was Hell is a Squared Circle. I just read this today, actually. This is by Christopher Condon and Francesco Biagini. Christopher Condon, of course, does That Texas Blood for Image, and the cover is by Chris Condon, who does the art for That Texas Blood. But it says, "Is wrestling noir a genre?" It is now. So yeah, this is like I guess, the bookend to the wrestling comic trilogy that began with John Lee's hmm, the John Lee's horror comic with wrestling in it, and I can't believe I can't remember the title. That came out in December, and then there's Do a Powerbomb from Daniel Warren Johnson, which I have not been reading, but I will check out this read later this year when it comes out. And this is like the final recent book, not counting today's issue of The Flash, which is also wrestling themed, I heard. But this is Hill's Squared Circle. The art is really interesting. Lots of pinks and purples. Pops off the page, really cool. It's definitely a hard-boiled crime. Excuse me, hard-boiled crime story. Uh, Told through the wrestling lens. It was a bit predictable with some of the plot contrivances towards the end, but still pretty cool. The very last page where you find out who the masked wrestler is was kind of creepy in an EC sort of way. I really enjoyed those. All right, that is what I enjoyed reading since our last video. So let's jump into the unboxing. This is an order I made with Economics and Comics on FOC for I guess it would be for the first week of October as well. I made this purchase in September for comics coming out the first week of October. Really visual. Perfect, perfect shipment inside of the Gemini. You can see a video on his channel where it shows him. I think he has several videos on his channel where it shows how he uh, looks through all his comics and discusses how he creates his grades or how he decides which one he's going to use and which one he sends back for which ones he sends back for, what do you call it, damages or whatever. But then and then how he boxes them and gets them ready to ship out. But this one I found out about just when I was looking at my pre-order for November comics. I saw Year Zero, Volume Zero was on issue #2, and I had missed I had missed getting a #1 from Discount Comic Book Service, but it was not past FOC, so I picked it up on Billy's FOC video. This is Year Zero. This volume is written by Daniel Krause, not Benjamin Percy. Daniel Krause did the Living Dead novel, which is the prequel to Night of the Living Dead, and he's also he did the Vault series with the leaves. Autumnal. He wrote the Autumnal. And the art is by Goran Sudzuku, who did the Aftershock series. I just saw the title in an Aftershock book. This Aftershock book I was looking at. Sorry, I can't remember anything for 10 minutes. Walk Through Hell. Goran Sudzuku did a Walk Through Hell, and I believe he's also done other AWA Upshot titles. But I'm interested in this. This is the prequel to Volume 1 of Year Zero. This is Volume 0. So this is the initial outbreak. What happened at the initial outbreak, and this cover is awesome by Kari Andrews. Uh, this zombie stewardess walking down the main here with all the dead passengers. Very awesome. And then I also pre-ordered Star Wars Visions. This one is by Takashi Okazaki, who's made a big name for himself doing variant covers at Marvel for the past couple of years. He did a really fucking awesome Werewolf by Night 1 in 50 cover that I didn't buy before it went nuclear, and I still regret. I should have got that cover because it's amazing. And then I guess this is a Vision story. That's based on an actual manga from the Star Wars Vision cartoon that was also written and directed by Takashi Okazaki. So I'm looking forward to seeing this one. I guess it's fully black and white except for the glow and uh, the sabers of the lightsabers. All right, that is a couple of books there from I missed out ordering from Discount Comic Choice. We got from Economics. Here are the books for the first week of October from Discount Comic Book. So, expecting this box to actually be a little bigger. My next order will definitely be back into a diamond box because it will be books for the last 2 weeks. Yeah, for October 12th and the 19th, I believe. Will both be coming in that order because they're behind on their shipments. So hasn't been listed for shipment as of today, which is Tuesday. But I hope they do come next week, so we don't have another skip week on the channel. But if we have another skip week, we have another skip week. This week's invoice, a total of 23 bucks. This week's invoice. Start out. This is Junkyard Joe #1 from Image Comics. This is Jeff Johns and Gary Frank and Red Anderson. This is the next arc of stories taking place in the Geiger universe. Here we got X-Men Red #7. This one will be by Al Ewing with villain artist Muzabakov. Not familiar with that artist, and unfortunately, they've dropped the uh, Torrin Clark name of the planet. I can't remember anything today. Maybe I should read before this video. No, I'm just kidding. We are at the heart of the Earth. No, that's not what it is. That's cool looking. Cool art in here. I like this art. Well, Mars, the Mars variant, the city on Mars that they created, that variant by Torrin Clark. They've stopped those variants, and there was no variant at all for issue #7. This is the AA cover and only cover for issue 7, which is a Judgment Day tie-in. This is a pure Judgment Day tie-in. So the Krakoa, and the other one is called Araco. It's the Araco variant. Jesus Christ. Sorry, excuse my outburst. Araco variant by Torrin Clark. Not one on issue 7 here. Issue 8 does have a B cover, which I ordered, and issue 9 has a Rocco variant again, and then issue 10, no Rocco variant. Hulk, number 9. Hulk Planet starts here. This is by Donny Cates and Ryan Otley. Uh, I think issue 7 came out in May. Issue 7 came out in April. Issue 8 came out in August, and then now it's October. We get issue 9. So I guess even though he's not really doing anything else, Cates' books are all just going to be delayed. Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, issue 5 of 7 by Joshua Williamson and Daniel Samperi. King Spawn number 15. This is issue 15. It's by Sean Lewis, and the art is still by Thomas Knocklick. And this issue is cover B by Keane. It's Kevin Keane, maybe? Someone Keane. It's an okay cover. And here we have Dark Crisis, the dark green one-shot special. This one is written by the entire White Noise crew of Rom V, Alex Packnadell, and Dan Waters, all from the White Noise crew, combining on this special, which features, I believe, Jonathan Kent morphing with the Swamp Thing, unless it is Clark. I'm not sure if Clark's back by. I don't think Clark returns until the issue following this. Supposed to read that one first. Here is The Dead Lucky. This is issue number 3. This is by Melissa Flores and French Carla Magno. First issue was so-so. I really enjoyed the second issue more than I expected, so I hope it continues on that good point. Here's The Amazing Spider-Man number 10. This one is by Zeb Wells with art by Nick Dragata of East of West fame and FF fame. But this is a Axe Judgment Day tie-in where he's judged by the Machine projecting Gwen Stacy. Here is Undiscovered, issue number 21, Undiscovered Country, by Charles Soule, Scott Snyder. This is cover B. I'm not sure. Did I look at the artist? Mahmoud Asrar does the B cover on Undiscovered Country, issue number 21 of the current arc. Here's Gun Honey, Blood for Blood, issue number 2. This is just, I believe, the A cover. Maybe. No, this is also a B cover. Cover B by Maurizio Emiliani. Don't know who that artist is, but this was like the least racy of the covers that I picked because I'm not really into the super racy covers. This is in the story with that book. And here is The Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, issue number 1 of the new, I don't know if it's an ongoing or no, it won't be ongoing. It'll eventually end. First volume ran, I don't know how it appears on camera, but it certainly looks cool in person. Let's see if mine has the damages on the back, like Billy said. Oh, you gotta show the back too, it looks like. Billy said there was like 2, like, dots on the back of every copy he had by the staple. I don't really see it. Maybe it's on the front. No, I don't really see it. This is a David Nakayama cover. That's pretty awesome back cover. It's fully foiled front and back. That's awesome. $7 cover price on this bad boy. I didn't pay that. I got a 40% discount, thankfully. So this is Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, number 1. It's not limited, so it is an ongoing series to a certain point, and it's by Matthew Rosenberg with art by Carlo Diagemenico. He did The Flash for a while. He did. I'm not sure what he's been doing lately. I think he did that Batman Begins ripoff miniseries by Chip Zdarsky. I think he drew that. But looking forward to looking at this one. It's such a cool cover at the very least. Rogue Sun number 7, part 1 of the new story arc. Rogue Sun continues. It's going to be an ongoing series, it looks like. This takes place in the Massive Verse with Radiant Black and the Dead Lucky. Here is Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. This is issue number 5. This is the cover C? It's cover D. It's cover D, but it's the homage variant cover, which homages Identity Crisis, issue number 1. And that cover art is by Matthias Mahaninihi. I'm not sure. I don't know if I've ever seen any interior art by him, but I've seen the covers by him, I believe. Next up, Axe, Judgment Day, Star Fox number 1, tie-in special to the ongoing series. This one's written by Kieran Gillen with art by Daniel Dina Nicola, who just finished up Seven Secrets with Tom Taylor. They're doing this special here, and they're going to take over a couple issues of Nightwing by Tom Taylor, which from the solicits, it looks like it's going to tie into Seven Secrets somehow. These upcoming issues of Nightwing. Interesting. Next, this is going to be, without even looking at any of the other covers of the week, this is definitely my cover of the week. Cover up the Blinding Sun. This is the Francesco Mattina variant to Batman number 128. Series is by Chip Zdarsky and Jorge Jimenez, so the inside will be just as pretty, but this is a really awesome failsafe variant with Batman's skull right there. We didn't see this in this video at all. Awesome, awesome cover. Shock Shop, issue number 2, from Dark Horse. This is Colin Bunn with stories by Leela Lees on art, and also Denny Luckert. This is the what would you call it? This is the flip side cover. I think I'm gonna actually cool that you get that they both have a cover. That's not like this. Although I did order it to have cover B by, I believe this is I remember who this cover B. Like one of those famous artists who usually get the cover by. James Stokoe, who did Alien Dead Orbit. That's why I probably got this variant cover, because James Stokoe's, there's obviously a hell of a lot of detail on this cover. But you know, it's cool, but this cover is equally as cool as well, I think. And that cover is by Danny. This is Danny Luckert with A. So this is B. I'm displaying my boxes. I bought it for him. I'll keep Sicko up in the front. Next, Minor Threats issue 2. This is by Patton Oswalt and Jordan, not Jason Bloom. Art by Scott Hepburn. This was an interesting first issue, especially Batman's Robin gets murdered by the Joker, and then all of, let's say, like Kite Man and Calendar Man and Crazy Quilt had to make up a super team to stop off the rails Batman who's become homicidal. That's kind of what this. That's what you can kind of equate this series to. Basilisk, issue number 12, final issue. I'm going to find out for myself. Chapter 12. Well, it doesn't say the end. But this on the second and third to last page, possibly be the end here. This should be the final chapter, and I've only ever read issue 1 through 4, so I'm gonna have to dig out 8 through 12 and finish it up. Up next, this is The Mandalorian, issue number 4. This is the concept art variant for chapter 4, Sanctuary. Baby Yoda action on the cover there. X-Men one shot number 1. This is the connecting cover by Salvador Larroca. And I guess the A covers also connect. The covers show them in their uniforms out in the snow, and these B covers, she's still in uniform. I mean, like it showed Tony Stark's helmet on the A cover and helmet off on the B cover. Both connect, the A's and the B's. I didn't know that. Here is this is one of my most anticipated books of the first week. Scott Snyder and Francisco Francovilla's Night of the Ghoul, issue 1 from Dark Horse. This is one of his comicsology originals that he did about 8, 9 titles for comicsologies and Amazon. They're now receiving physical treatment at Dark Horse, and I'll collect every single one of them, especially the ones by Jock and other characters he's created. That Texas Blood, issue number 18. Is this the A cover this time? No, this is the B cover. I'm not sure who it's by though. It's looking very, what's his name? Christopher Condon, kind of. Christopher Condon's the regular artist. Does say it's cover B, and that would be by. There's a Declan Shalvey variant for issue number 18. Declan Shalvey. I wouldn't be able to pick that out just by the style of the art there. And he does not sign it. Oh, maybe. No, that's just art. I thought his signature was up there in the mountains. And last but not least, we have Superman number 1, Texanly edition from DC Comics. Let's see if they continue with the back. I'm not sure if this was the original back to Superman number 1, but that's pretty cool. Let's see if they give us some vintage ads. Oh yeah, get the vintage ad action going. Come on, come on. You know you gotta like the vintage ads. Or is that's it? No, it's psych. There's that vintage ad at the bottom of the page, and then there's this middle thing. Man, you got your money's worth for a dime back then. Yeah, and then they have a little bio of the creators on the last page, and there's the letters page. And when Superman number 1 came out, Action Comics had gotten to 14, so 13 issues of Action, maybe a year or so, had hit stands before Superman received his titular number 1 comic. I liked the Detective Comics facsimile, and the Action one was cool as well, but I think I'm going to enjoy this one the most because it has the most actual character-centric stories. They're all about Superman, unlike the Action and the Detective, which had all the all the Western and detective beat secondary characters. In Action, it was mostly all Westerns, and then in a Detective, it was what'd you call it? Detective, it was what'd you call it? Like a mix of Western and Detective. So this week's stack. We have about that. I guess we could add a couple more to that. And these guys. Stack. And can I remember? It's called the Crimson Cage. The first wrestling comic is the Crimson Cage. I don't want to remember it before I went off the line. But all right, so hopefully we'll see you guys next week with unboxing. We'll see if all the comics, they say they've all been pulled according to the Discount Comic Book Service website, and that's for both the week of the 12th and this week, 19th. Supposedly they've all been pulled, but there hasn't been a shipping confirmation, and today's Tuesday. Usually the shipping confirmation comes on a Monday if comics are on time. So obviously things are not on time because these actually got the shipping confirmation on the 6th, the same day they came out, and then they didn't actually ship for a solid week, so they obviously didn't have them. They would have shipped before then, I would think. But, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you in the next one. Everybody take care out there, and we'll see you next time.